I'm going to go ahead and light some incense to get us started. We need to get some more soon. Luckily I got my boot knees hooked up. Alright. Sure I got everything I need. Okay. So, welcome everybody. Some of this glare out of the way. So, good afternoon everybody. My name is Jeremy McMahan, and welcome to my live meditation series. If you like the content that I'm producing, if you like the videos, please like the videos and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you're looking for opportunities to deepen your practice and get some more one-on-one attention, I am available to set up one-on-one online sessions. I am asking, starting rate is $50 an hour. But I'm open to negotiation, so just if you're curious about it, feel free to reach out to me and let me know. And I'm sure we can work something out. Also, I'm just going to go ahead and mention kind of a traditional lesson here. So, if you've been around the Dharma scene or the Buddhist scene for a while, there's a lot of different teachings out there. Well, I guess back in the in the old times, public teachings, not so much anymore these days with COVID and everything. But traditionally, yeah, there's these series of teachings, and you notice that a lot of them cost money. And so here's a lesson for you. No true Buddhist center will ever turn you away if you don't have enough money to pay for their asking costs. So, a lot of the times when people feel weird about giving money, for Buddhism in particular, because it's all like, anti-materialism and all that stuff. Which maybe it is, maybe it isn't. That's for another time. But yeah, so the idea here is a gesture, right? You're making a gesture, and actually, if you ever go see a lama, like a traditional Tibetan lama, generally what you do is you take money and you put it in an envelope, and the reason why you put it in an envelope is because you decide how much money you put in. And it's not really up to the Lama to decide how much you're charging, but it's about giving the gift of it, giving a gesture, giving a gift. And so you can put whatever type of money you want and whatever amount of money you want when you go see a teacher in one of these envelopes. Again, it's anonymous. The price is anonymous, so it's just a gesture. So, with that being said, if you feel like you would like to make a contribution to me as a teacher, you can feel free to Venmo me any amount of money you'd like, or PayPal me as well, just with my email, jeremyrmcmahon@gmail.com. And I'd really appreciate it, the help. Right now I am currently part-time employed. I'm looking for full-time work, so funds for me are a little scarce these days. So any a little bit helps. So again, if you appreciate the teaching and you would like to make an offering or make a gesture, feel free to Venmo me. Again, whatever amount of money you'd like. Anything is appreciated. So yeah, with that being said, why don't we just go ahead and jump into today's lesson. So last Thursday we talked about the hindrance number 1 of the 5 hindrances, which is sensual desire. So just a brief recap: sensual desire is basically any type of craving that you have for any of your senses, so any type of craving that you have for taste, for sight, for smell, for touch, that's sensual desire. And oftentimes when we're meditating, we'll be meditating and then all of a sudden we'll be like, man, I can't wait to watch this movie tomorrow. Sorry, Mom, I don't know what to do. My mom's having trouble. I really should stop having people text me during these things, because it's getting to be kind of a problem. I don't know. I'm not a tech guy. So, yeah. Sensual desire. First hindrance. Second hindrance, ill will. So what is ill will? Ill will is the type of feeling you get, or I like to describe it as being the type of feeling you get where you're just like, ugh, my roommate's so dumb, or whatever. You're like, ugh, there's Bob up to his old shit again, or ugh, Larry, man, he's always like that. He's always getting into trouble, or like, he's so stupid, she's so dumb. Why does she do that? Why do I do that? Why am I dumb? Those are all examples of ill will. So, an example that I've come across a lot in my life is when I'm meditating and, I'm trying to meditate in my apartment. I got 2 other roommates. And, they start banging around and I'm like, ugh, God, why are they always so loud? Why are they always so loud? That's an example of ill will. So, when you're meditating, this comes up a lot, You'll be meditating, you'll be trying to focus on your breath, and then all of a sudden a memory of somebody that, it could be somebody that you love, a friend or something, but even the people that we love and the people and our friends, those are often the people we're most critical of, right? Because we know them the best. And so we'll be like, oh, oh, my mom, she's always bugging me to call her. Like, ugh, here's my mom doing that again. Or, you'll be sitting down and all of a sudden, you start thinking about your brother and how annoying he can be. And so all of these are examples of ill will. So anytime you have like a negative feeling directed towards somebody is basically ill will. And it does come up a lot in meditation and is a pretty common distraction. But not only can you have ill will towards other people, you can actually have ill will, towards yourself. And so something that a lot of meditators always experience and they're always wondering about is, am I doing this right? And so maybe you're sitting there and you're trying to focus on your breath and you're like, oh God, I'm so bad. I can't focus on my breath. My mind is so crazy. It's all over the place. I'm so bad. I'm such a bad meditator. I'm a bad person, and then this spirals out of control from there. So ill will, again, can be directed towards yourself, too. So it's just something to kind of watch out for and something to kind of be aware of. And again, with a lot of these hindrances, by mentioning them to you, it's not like we're going to try to stop them. And I mean, good luck trying to stop them. But uh, just becoming aware of them, I think, really helps deal with them and kind of makes them a bit less scary, giving them names. So now when you're like meditating and you're like, man, a cookie would taste so good, you know that's sensual desire. And then you're meditating and you're like, oh man, I'm such a bad meditator, I suck. That's ill will. So it's just helpful to have these things to kind of keep in the back of your mind. Not to focus too much on it, but it's just helpful to know about. And every once in a while, you'll be meditating, and something will arise, and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, good old ill will, my friend, ill will, sweet ill will." And it's not as powerful, it's not as disturbing, and it's not as controlling. You don't lose your mind so much, and you're like, ill will. So so that's hindrance number 2. So we've gone over hindrance number 1, sensual desire. Now we've gone over hindrance number 2, ill will. The last 3, just to mention as a preview, we have sloth, torpor will be next. Sloth/torpor, and then we will have restlessness will be number 4, and then cynical doubt is the last one, number 5. Cool. So I think that's enough rambling for me today. So why don't we meditate? So just take a comfortable seat, either in a chair or on a cushion. Feel free to meditate with your eyes open or closed, whatever feels most comfortable to you. And also, just make sure that you have your back straight, but not rigid. So as straight as you can without it getting too stiff. Excuse me. This first meditation will be a body scan. It will be about 10 minutes. And we will be directing your attention, or I will be directing your attention to different parts of the body. All right. So here we go. So now we're going to bring our attention to our feet. Just notice our feet. Maybe they feel warm. Maybe they feel cold. Maybe you notice particular textures touching your feet. However your feet are right now, just become aware of them and begin to notice them. Alright, now we're going to move our attention up to our seat, where our body comes in contact with the chair or the cushion. Feel how you are supported and held up during your practice. Alright, now we're going to move our attention up to our belly. Beginning to notice its subtle movements. Don't have to change anything about your belly. Just become aware of it. Now we're going to move our attention up to our heart, to that space in the center of our chest. Just notice how this part of your body feels. Become aware of it. Now we're going to move our awareness to the back of the shoulders. Just noticing how they feel right now, as they are. Now we're going to move our attention to the back of the head. Beginning to feel a part of our body that we don't often think about. Alright, now we'll move our attention back down to our feet. Feeling the floor, noticing textures. Now we'll bring our attention up to our seat, feeling the support. Now we'll bring our awareness up to our belly, noticing the subtle movements. Now we'll bring our attention to our heart, to that space in the middle of our chest. Now we'll bring our awareness up to our shoulders, just seeing how they feel right now. Next, we'll move our meditation and attention to the back of the head. Just feeling this area of our body. Alright, now we'll move our attention back down to our feet. Now we'll move our attention up to our seat. Now we'll move our attention up to our belly. attention up to our heart. Next, we'll move our attention up to our shoulders. Now we will move our attention to the back of the head. Alright, in just a moment I will ring the bell, ending our first round of meditation. Okay, so again, if you have any questions during these little breaks, or if something comes up, feel free to write them in the comments, or in the chat rather, and I would be happy to answer them at the end of the session. No one's taken me up on it yet, besides my mom. So, please, give me some questions. Sirens are really active today here in Brooklyn. And seems like there's a pause right now. So why don't we move on to our second round of meditation. This round will be about 3 to 4 minutes, and this time we'll focus on our breath. So the rules here, of course, are that you want to move your attention to your breath, wherever you feel the breath strongest in your body. For most people, it's either going to be in your belly, your chest, or the tip of your nostrils. You're going to want to place your attention on your breath and just keep watching it. You don't have to change anything about your natural breathing, just pay attention to it. And once you realize you are no longer paying attention to it, that's the moment where you bring your attention back to the breath. And you may need to do this once, you may need to do it 5 times, but probably you're going to need to do it a few hundred times. So just be ready to get distracted while we meditate. New motto for meditation. Get ready to be distracted. Alright, so here we go. Once I ring the bell, we will start our second round of meditation. So now we're going to bring our attention to our breath, to wherever we feel the breath the strongest in the body. Place your attention there and begin to watch your breath. There's no need to change anything about your breathing. Just notice its natural movements. And if a thought arises and you get distracted, that's truly okay. Just recognize that you've been distracted and gently bring your attention back to the breath. if a memory from the past or a thought about the future comes and sweeps you away, that's truly okay. Just recognize that you've been distracted and gently bring your attention back to the breath. And if you get distracted and are no longer focusing on your breath, just recognize that. Gently bring your attention back to the breath. Alright, in a moment I will ring the bell, ending our second round of meditation. Okay. Well, it looks like I got a question from my mom. So I will answer it after this round of meditation, but let's just take a quick break. Stretch out a bit. Okay. And let's just go for it. So this time I will not do any guiding. It will be about 3 to 4 minutes again of breath meditation. So you're on your own, but I know you can do it. Again, just keep watching the breath, and that moment when you realize that you're no longer focusing on the breath, just bring your attention right back. Alright, here we go. Alright, in a moment I will ring the bell, pending our last round of meditation. Once I ring the bell, I invite you to join me in a bow, dedicating all the merit we've accrued today to the benefit of all sentient beings. So again, thank you very much for practicing with me today. Please like the videos and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. Also, I am available for private one-on-one meditation sessions at $50 an hour, but the price is negotiable. Also, if you'd like to make a contribution, you can feel free to Venmo me, which my Venmo should be in the description, or you can send me PayPal, which you can just use my email address, which is also down below, jeremyrmcmahan@gmail.com. So let's see what question my mom asked today. I read that Mark Ruffalo said that meditating once a day changed his life for better, of course. Do you hear those kinds of stories often? Yeah. All the time. That's why we're doing it, is so that we can live a better life. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much... I mean, I think my life is better because of it. I still have a lot of things I personally struggle with, for sure, and I'm definitely not perfect. But I feel like meditation, just helps me be a little more resilient. It's not really a magic bullet, I would say. It's not like you meditate and all your problems are going to go away. Maybe eventually, maybe after several lifetimes of meditating. But, I just feel like, I still feel everything that I've always felt before. If anything, I feel things more now, to be honest. But what I find is that meditation helps. It just gives you a little bit of space. So, between your feelings and your reactions. So when you feel something, you can kind of be like, oh, I'm feeling angry right now. And instead of punching a wall, you're kind of like, oh, I feel that anger. I don't think, yeah, but punching a wall isn't going to really change anything, so I'm not going to do that. So, I don't know, that's personally how I've felt that I've benefited the most from meditation. And when people ask me, that's how I describe it, is it just creates a little more space between you and your feelings so that you have more control over your reactions. Yeah. So, that's what I would say about meditation changing your life. Cool. Alright, well, thank you so much for practicing with me today again. I really appreciate it. It's taking me a little longer than I thought, but I'm working on some guided meditation recordings, so there'll be a music track and then me talking over it with some guided meditation. So I'll be putting those out soon. And yeah, next meditation coming at you at 5:30. So 5:30 Thursday. So I'll see you then. Until then, just keep doing all you can.